परिपूर्ण गुणार्णवाय विश्वोदयस्थितितोलय नियतिप्रताय ज्ञानप्रताय विबुधासुरसौख्यदुःखसत्कारणाय विददाय नमो नमस्ते। यो विप्रलिम्ब विपरीतमतिप्रबोधान् वादान् निरस्य कृतवान् भुवि तत्त्ववादं सर्वेश्वरो हरिरीति प्रतिपादकं तम् आनन्दतीर्थमुनिवर्यं नमामि। पूज्याय राघवेन्द्राय सत्यधर्मरताय च भजतां कल्पवृक्षाय नमतां कामधेनुवे। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Welcome friends. We are talking about the second boon which Nachiketa wanted to know with regard to the Nachiketa Agni, because that is a very heavenly worlds, for people for whom want to know that it's very rare and important that is upasana which no one else knows, only Yama can give it. So that's why he wanted that, and just for the purpose of recap, when we had given that Nachiketa Agni, he was trying to tell, he told him, look, you have got to be very concentrated, you just cannot be taking it easy, like that, the Prete Bravimi Tato Nibodhata. Yama grants the second boon, Swargyam Agnim Nachiketa Prajanan, because when it is said, he's the Prajanan is the one who is having the full knowledge to the detail, to the hilt. When I am telling that, you should absorb that. Anantaloke aptimato pratishtam, because when you get that, you know the power, which is folding the entire cosmos, universe into its being, into its fold, and which gives the support to the entire Prakriti, all the jivas, and as well as that is the knowledge. So you cannot take it so easily. Anantaloka aptimato pratishtam vidditvameva nihitam guhayam. So once you have got it, you should know that the knowledge to be seated in this hidden cave of your heart, where we said Vyaptam Narayanaha, Sushmaha, because when it is said the inverted lotus in our heart is the place where the Sushmaha, when the small place, so in that only the Jiva is supposed to be there. Even the life energy in the power of the Brahman will also supposed to be there in atomized form. And he is the one who is guiding. That is where you are going to get Guhayam, in the sense it's a secret knowledge. This you will know only by constantly doing the Shravana, Manana, Nitidhyasana. See, we have got all the philosophies. We have got Advaita philosophy, Dvaita philosophy, and Visishtadvaita philosophy. All of them have given us, the means of attaining that. They are giving the knowledge and they are giving the Mahavakyas, what you have to do. For instance, Advaita said, Aham Brahmasmi. And likewise, the Visishtadvaita also has its Saririka Mimamsam. The entire Brahma Sutra Bhashyam, it has been taken as, given as a Saririka Mimamsam. In the sense, entire the world, Chetna, everything is part of the Brahman. We are all his part of his Sarira. So finally, when we are getting, the final moksha, it is he who gets it into him, because that's what, the idea in Visishtadvaita. And Dvaita, though it is different, because the Bhagavan and Brahman as well as the Jiva is different, finally, by the grace of Brahman, the Jiva realizes and it gets into his vicinity to get his constantly the grace, so that he doesn't get into the cycle of life and death again. So this is exactly then this secret knowledge. Why it is called secret is it has to be done by a constant reflection. Anusandhana, what they say. Anusandhana is a word that is used in Sanskrit. You may be hearing it a lot of time. Even if you go to the Delhi, lot of research institution, is being named as Anusandhan. In Hindi, they call it Anusandhan is a research. Research is constant reflecting and researching on you, then you will have to get that. By simply telling Aham Brahmasmi, no person will not get, the Advaita knowledge. Even Shankaracharya himself says, he uses one particular word in his magnum opus called, that Viveka Chudamani. He said, he uses one word, Sambhavana, he says. Sambhavana in the sense, it's not Sambhavana, we give it to, when the Acharyas come to our house to perform. That's also called Sambhavana. Sambhavana is given because we are giving it with that Bhavana as a sort of our gratitude for taking us, elevating us to the higher level. That is called Sambhavana. Here the Sambhavana actually it means is by constant reflection. And then you realize by your own experience. See, every Acharyas might have told you, there are a lot of other gurus who might have imparted the knowledge to us. But it is for us finally to get the knowledge by our own effort and our own understanding, get the same experience. Because the Acharya can't replace his experience into you unless you take that effort. That is why it said Guhyam, Guhayam, it is a secret knowledge. I will gladly tell you, because that is how, he tells this knowledge, you must learn it well from me. But the fire sacrifice that lead ones to heaven, Nachiketa, I am well versed in it. In the means, I am telling you, Prajalan, I am telling you in every detail, you should take it with the same Shraddha. Vidyat Tvamevadam Nihitam Guhayam. So when he tells in everything detail, there only, then he tells, because he gives all the preamble, so that the Nachiketa should not take it just he has asked the boon, because the Yama has granted the boon, so that he can just take it and use it whenever it's not that. He has to have full concentration. And Nachiketa, in fact, has come only for that. He has not taken anything else. He is just focusing only on that. That is why, this is mantra number 1.1.15. It is only recap. We are just to continuity for the purpose of continuity. We are rather getting back to these verses so that we are able to proceed further into the mantras. Lokadim agnim tamuvacha tasmai. See, when the Lokadim, when I am telling you that tasmai, when I am telling you, ya ishtaka yavatitva yatava. So when explained to him, you should know how many and how they are to be, because it has got a procedure. See here, Ishtaka in the sense, whatever you are telling, whatever you are Ishta Devata, or whatever you are Upasana you are doing, because you may be doing the Upasana on Vishnu, you may be doing Upasana on Narsimha, you may be doing Upasana on Krishna, whatever Ishtaka that says, but Ishtaka has got another meaning in Sanskrit. Ishtaka is also representing the exact procedure of doing the yaga and yajna. Ishtaka represents 360 bricks because it is 360 days in a year and each having 1 degree. 360 degree is a circle. So how it has to be made, and there is a procedure for that. It has to be in the form of a Garuda, falcon or tortoise, because that procedures are there in Yajurveda. That based on that you will have to do the yaga yajna, and very often these yajnas are being done because the Brahma yajna that is being done, we can recall it every after Mahara Sankranti, because most of the places this yajna is being done on the commencement of Uttarayana, because there we get the blessings of the entire nature, almighty, cosmos, everything for the welfare of the people. So when we are trying to get the welfare of the people and all, when we are doing it, we will have to adhere to the procedure exactly and all. Because why such adherence to such a procedure is doing? It is that because you only do the procedure and you don't have to do it, because when you are concentrating and doing the procedure, your entire tan, man, and the entire Shravana, Manana, Nitidhyasana, everything together towards the final outcome for the welfare of the entire whole world. It is not a Shakama karma, it is a Nishkama karma. You don't have any benefit out of that. You get the benefit for the entire world. In fact, last week we only concentrated on that, because the Sakama karma, Nishkama karma is when we have differentiated. Sakama karma, when you do it, is only for your own, the sort of a need. When you are doing it, that is Sakama karma. When Nishkama karma, when you are doing it as a duty, whenever you are doing it as a duty, it becomes a Nishkama karma. You don't have any bondage. Even in that process, you will also get the benefit. See, looking after your parents, looking after your family, they are also Nishkama karma only, because you are doing it not for yourself. At the same time, when you are working for an organization, you are working for the organization. It's a collection of people. When you are working for a professional setup, you are doing for the professional setup, to offering the services. When you, that's all the nishkama karma only. In that process, okay, you will be earning and all. That depends. That is a incidental. But that is not the focus, because why you have taken up a profession? Because you have got the skill, talent, and the knowledge, and you have got the interest in that to proceed in that. You are not just doing it for the purpose of earning and all. But unfortunately, when the education becomes only for the purpose of earning, because now what happens? No person is willing to go for any other discipline other than computer science. There are so many fantastic subjects are there. Logic is there, psychology is there, and the sciences are basic sciences are there. And none of them, because most of the people don't go for that. They go for computer science because that immediately gets them a job and immediately gets some, some sort of a worldly comfort with which we can then live, and perhaps they can carry on. That becomes the focus. When that becomes the focus, the knowledge will not be remaining with you, and you don't have any. See, you are doing something because you want to have a comfortable life, not that you have interest in that. So the what this Upanishad focuses is whatever is your interest. Once you get into that, when you do that, that itself is become a yajna. It's not that you have to take 360 bricks and do everyday yajna and all. That was a sort of a figurative. But actually, whatever you are doing, you get into the depth of it. Your interest, your passion should be there, and you should fully focus on that. Give your best. That is exactly Gita also says. When the Gita, Krishna manifests in the form of a skill, in the form of a talent, in the form of a passion. When you do it, that is how the final outcome becomes so excellence. Upanishad is just, it is a eternal wisdom for excellence in every walk of life. Be it our family life, professional life, even in our spiritual life. Because it gives the excellence mainly because you do not want anything less than that. Why should I have? Because when it is available to me, why should I go for that? Bhagavad Gita says, because you can live. It is not. It doesn't say, you don't do anything and all. It completely, constantly propels you towards the excellence. When you are propelled to the excellence, you give the best. When every person in the country gives the best in his chosen profession or service or whatever he is doing in the simple thing, a janitor, because even a person who is washing the roads is also, because it's a profession. If he does his best, then you find the nation itself, will have the benefit of it. The dignity of the labor will be there. The entire nation will prosper. So whatever has been brought about is the collective effort, for the collective wisdom, for the collective good of the people. For that, individual has to change and contribute. This is what the Upanishad says. Upanishad doesn't say, because by doing that, you will get that I have got a problem, and you recite that mantra, you do this yajna, puja and all. It's all okay. But whenever you are doing it, you are doing it for, when you are doing it, you are supposed to be doing it for the welfare of everyone. For instance, when we are doing Sandhya Vandanam also, in fact, last week I was just briefly telling about Vipraha Vrikshaha, because when we call Vipra, we are who is doing the Brahmajnana, when we are doing. Why we are doing 3 times Sandhya Vandana? It's not only for ourselves. So when you say Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsavitu Varenyam Vargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yonaha Prachodayat, in the sense when you say Diyo Yonaha Prachodayat, it is for others also, let the benefit go. Even one who doesn't believe in God, maybe he may be in your locality or some elsewhere, and Diyo Yonaha Prachodayat, when we are doing it, you are doing it for the welfare of the entire humanity. Whether one believes it not, whether one does it or not, because there are so many people, they don't have any obligation to do Sandhya Vandana. You being born in the stream of where you have to do, you have been done a Upanayanam and you are doing it. When you are doing it, it becomes your duty, not because for yourself. By doing Sandhya Vandana, you are also doing it for the welfare of the entire humanity, even others who are not entitled to do that, and because who doesn't have the procedure of doing that, a Vaishya or an agriculturist, he doesn't have to do Sandhya Vandana, nor it is prescribed in our Shastra, because he is giving you the dhana. He is working on the mother earth and getting the produce of the mother to you to live in this world. So therefore for him that is the duty. He is due to the duty. But when you are doing Sandhya Vandana, you are not only doing for yourself, you are doing for the entire world. You have got a greater responsibility to do that. That is how, because when we were trying to tell last week, why, this when they say Veda Anupalalam, for us the minimum amount of Veda Anupalanam is doing Sandhya Vandanam. Vipro Vrikshaha Tasya Moolam Hi Sandhya Vedaha. Sandhya Vandanam itself is a Veda. You got most of the Vedic recitals into that Upasthanam and everything and all. When you are doing it, you are doing it for the welfare of the whole humanity, welfare of the whole cosmos. Dhiyo yonaha prachodayat, when you say, let it go into this vibration, go into the entire world for the welfare of the people. Supposing what is there, because why should I do it, is it prescribed, and because others are not doing it and Americans are not doing it and all. Americans don't have to do it. It's not their duty. Once it has been given to me as a duty, I am doing it for even that the benefit of the entire, whatever I am doing will also go to the Americans, into the entire cosmos. See, that is how, because a duty has been imposed on us so that, for the entire welfare of the people, it's not only for that. So when you are doing a Sandhya Vandana, because the sincerity, it is a Nishkama Karma. You are not doing it for yourself. Sakama Karma. See, I am doing Sandhya Vandana, so I am something great. It's not that. Because by doing Sandhya Vandana, you are not doing anything special because that is your duty. The duty not only for you, for the welfare of the world. So once this is understood, most of us, will be doing it, without any hesitation because, it is my duty. It's not only do it when I have to do it, and this effect has been found everywhere in the. In fact, if you go to some of the places in North, I think, they are doing Agnihotram also. Agnihotram, because now we don't have too many Agnihotris in down south, because of we don't have such a proliferation of a knowledge or nor, the people who can do it, it is not there. Agnihotram is very important. If you go to Varanasi and maybe, you may not outwardly see. There are hundreds and thousands of people, they keep, they're doing Agnihotram in this. You might have heard on UP Chief Minister, just for the purpose of information, on Kamalapati Tripathi, who was the Chief Minister. He was doing Agnihotram like him, because he's one among the so many and all. He was doing it because Agnihotram, once you lit that Agni after your Upanayanam, when it goes, it has to go through till the end of his life. It is a lot of people are still doing it. That's some of the people who are called and having the title of Agnihotri, or they are all the ones who are supposed to be doing it. Maybe now they may not be doing it. Some of them may be doing it. And likewise, because when you say Shukla, the Shuklas, lot of Shuklas, they are all Shukla Yajurveda. They definitely do the Karma Kanda because Yajurveda prescribes, the entire procedure for that. But most of the Shuklas must be doing it. And the Shukla, because others who have come into the profession and they may not be doing it as a, like, what we have not been doing, like in down south, that's also there. But by and large, those who know, they still do it. And because of that only, now whatever little good that is happening in the world, it is there. In fact, Kanchi Perival, in one of the talks, he has said, it seems, I think when he was just talking to people, the Paramacharya, see, Ekadasi, Vratam is there. Most of us, we can't do it. I've got diabetic, I can't do that. There are certain exceptions are there. We can't do that. But even when we could do, when we didn't have all this affliction, we couldn't do it because even if you see North, even some Vaishya communities, even Banya communities, they will not take even a drop of a water on that, especially the ladies. They will take, even the gents. They take only some tulsi water and perhaps they take that Vrata Palahar, they take it like that and all. So this is happening and all. See, since some people are doing it, it's, I mean, that's what Paramacharya said. Even now, in this era also, where people have forgotten what they have to do, since some people are still maintaining the Ekadasi Vratam and all. Because in those days, in Madhva community, it was very sort of a stringent, because you will have to do it. Even my mother was doing, till she's still doing it, and of course, on a she has to take, by virtue of that. Otherwise, she was used to have a full set of vratam on that day and all. So Paramacharya said, since few people are doing like that, at least we are getting some rains. Otherwise, we would not have got the rains and all. So likewise, when we do something like, whatever our Veda Anupalana, whatever karma is there, when we do, that gives that. That is exactly Yama tells Nachiketa. It's not that, don't take it, as simple as that. It's only for the purpose of recap. We have seen it, extensively as to what he has said. Lokadim Agnim Tamuvacha Tasmai Ya Ishtaka Yavatirtva Yatava. It is 1.1.15. Just we are repeating. Sachapi Tat Pratyat Vajyat Yoktam Adasya Mrityuhu Punarevaha Tushtaha. As he said, Nachiketa was so concentrated and so he had innate ability to absorb every word even before it is finished. He repeated so excellently, I think he got totally taken in. It's not only Shraddha at the highest level, he has got Nichaya Imam and realizes the fruits of this once he has done. When he has got that adorable, when he understands Devayam Ye Vidyam Idyam Viditva, when he got that, he said Shantim Atyayanam Yeti, and he said, he becomes almost Tushtaha in the sense, Sachapi Atya Asya Mrityuhu Punaha Aha Tushtaha, he became so happy. Tushtaha in the sense, Tushtaha is also a word used for Lakshmi, because when Pancharatra, that is the word used for Lakshmi. See, she becomes very happy, when the whole Prakriti, whatever has been created, they are all being, because whatever purpose for it is assigned, it happens. In Chetna, Achetna, when it happens, she is so happy. The same word has been used, Tushtaha, Machapi tat pratyavadat adekam atasya mrityu punarevaha Tushtaha. Yama became so happy, then he gives some additional bonus boon. That's what we last week we saw that. From there we were proceeding first. Tam abravit priyamano 1.1.16. It is page number 21. Tam abravit priyamano mahatma vare tave hadya dadami bhuyaha. See, when you so happy, Tushtaha, he said, I will give you one more vara, bonus, because you have done so excellently. Again, it's not a bonus. He is also testing the waters of Nachiketa, whether he is, still having, some remnants of, he can be taken in by some extra bonus and all. Because so that, because you will see in the next few mantras, how Yama sort of tries to avoid giving the whole knowledge as Nachiketa desires, because it has got a purpose. We will see that. So he was trying to find, if he can give whatever that pleases him with the trivial, because native it is, which if he is happy with, whatever smaller ones, he can give it to them, so that he will not be bothered with other boons. That's what Yama tries to test the waters of Nachiketa. But Nachiketa is equally excellent. He doesn't want to be given in by all these things and all. He says, Tavaiva Namna, he says, because you have taken it, Tushtaha, you have grasped it so well. Tavaiva Namna Bhavitaha Yam Agni, because this Agni, Swargi Agni will be called henceforth by Nachiketa Agni. You have grasped it so well, I am giving it the name to them. Supposing, the name is, the street is named after us, or some place is named after us, it is supposed to be something important and all. Likewise, he tries to please Nachiketa, because we will call only as Nachiketa Agni, because you have grasped it so well. So then Nachiketa, if he is pleased, he will be contented with that, he will not go for still further knowledge, he will be looking for that. We will see what is that knowledge he will be asking for and all. So then he says, in view of this, I am giving you Shrinkam, a chain, golden chain. Shrinkam, Chema Aneka Rupam. Shrinkam, Che, Imam, Cha, Imam, Aneka Rupam. Grihana is Gehenna, they call it Hindi. It's like what you are wearing on your chain, on your neck. And it is a multicolored one with all the precious diamonds and made of gold. Bahurupam is, Aneka Rupam is Bahurupam is gold. When it is giving, you take it and all. But then Nachiketa realizes any chain is a bondage. A chain into samsara. It is not, you just taken in by something, he offers bonus and he gives you a golden chain with multicolors. What is this multicolors? Multicolors refers the multivarious experience you are undergoing in this world. When you are undergoing in this world, what happens, more you experience the world, more you So you get yourself into the pleasures of the world. Your indriyas uses their innate power. All your sensory objects loses the power. You become nothing. The world takes you out, everything out of you, once you get into and indulge in, it takes away the power. Why they are telling self-control? Why the self-control? When the world is away, when so many things is available, why can't I do it? Because I don't know whether I am going to have a next birth, like this, whether I am going to have the facility, why can't I do that? That's what we may think. This is again what the Yama offers as Shrinka, golden necklace to Nachiketa, multicolored, so that he may be pleased. Every experience that you get pleased, what happens is your sensory objects have got a great purpose. Your eyes, ears, even mouth, everything, because these are all called Indriyas because they are all controlled by one Devata. And Devata under the control of Indra. Indra is supposed to be the one who is controlling all the Indriyas. Walk, is controlled by Vagdevi, Saraswati. Your, ears, when you are listening to everything and all, it is basically the Vayu, Varuna, because they are doing it. And Chitta, because when you are getting entire Nitidhyasana and all, it is the Devi, because Bharati Devi, she is controlling. In fact, all the three, Lakshmi, Bharati, and Parvati, they are controlling your chitta, because they are giving you that entire knowledge, the ability to recall as well as get absorbed everything into the head. Why some people are highly related mathematician? Why only few people have got the Abel Prize? Abel Prize is the equivalent to Nobel Prize in mathematics. Only Indian who has got is Srinivasa Varathan, who is in the New York, the State University. And he is the one who got it in this because he got that power, the chitta, to have the upaspriti. He has got the ability to do that, because that you get it, not by everyone can get it, not because, God has gifted it to him and all. He has also developed his faculties. He has brought all his senses together to receive the knowledge, to have the potential to receive the knowledge. Once you have a self-control and all, you become a greatest receptor of the cosmic ideas, the greatest ideas. That is why self-control is being always, highlighted in Sanatana Dharma. Self-control makes your entire indriyas stronger, and your ability to do ability to get into a elevated level of dimension in which you can achieve much more than and which you are capable of. So what happens is the normal world, we are not utilizing the greatness which is innate inside in us given by the Paramatma. We are not able to get access to that highest power because of our dissipation of our energy into the worldly activities, the worldly indulgence that takes away all our potential. Why? Because some people are able to do only one. Why only few of them able to get the Nobel Prize? When all of them has started as a student, all of them must have been having an equal passion. But only few get into that realm of getting into the highest level. It is because they are able to get it as a passion, and all their focus, all their indriyas, all their senses work together for a common purpose. In fact, because we will be seeing in the eschatology, when the last moment, when the body is, the soul leaves the body and all, the indriyas and all stand by, because giving a final, the salute. But when, you make them weak, they can't even offer a salute to you, because they all say, I am resident in this body, and this soul has given me so much of a great significance. I have become such a highly elevated, the indriya, and it offers its gratitude. That's what it is being said. Okay, while this may be, we may be debating and all, how it happened and all, but the fact remains is in all the religions it is being, because earth to earth, dust to dust, ashes to ashes. Even the Christianity, when it says, when you are going, you will have to give pure ash into pure ash. You can't be a contaminated ash. When you are getting into the earth, you can't get into a contaminated earth. The earth is given you and produced you, and you should not contaminate the earth again. Because what is the earth? It is the personality, the what we have developed. After we have gone, how we are going to be remembered? Remembered by a personality. He was a pleasant, and he was a person very helpful, and he can always approach him. and he has never hesitated, to share his knowledge whenever possible. And he used to go out of the way to help. These are all the personality. But the negative, when you think, I think it is during his lifetime, no one would have liked to approach him. Because there are also people like that. And because whatever he seeks, he repulses immediately anyone. No one will try to talk to him and interact with him. So all these things, when it comes about, this is exactly what is said. It is there, and that is shrinkam, the chain, that is samsara bandhana. When we say, he doesn't want that also. He's not taking it. That will come there, but Yama offers it. Yama offers it, in because that is what everyone, because there's the Hindi film dialogue goes, मेरा पास गाड़ी है, bangla hai, this and that and all. Finally, the other person says, मेरा पास माँ है. That is the very famous dialogue. But here, like that, you don't. Nachiketa says, I don't want anything. I just have the one focus to know the knowledge from you, and you are only the possessor of a knowledge, nothing else. So much of focus. See, that's why Guru, when you go to Guru, the Guru normally finds, the person is not testing the brain. You are being tested in the sense whether you are capable of receiving it and all. And when you are able to receive, then he does it. And as a smart student, not only that, have I come to the same Guru? So this happened in a few years before, when we were in college. One lady, she was working in the College of Preceptors by the side of her. It is Preceptors is where they were training for B.Ed, and in those days called BT or something like that. And she's a very highly learned lady. She is a doctorate, in fact. She got admission in US University in a humanities particular stream. She was trying to find, that particular stream is a very it is some parapsychology and logic combined together, she got the admission, she went there all the way. She took sabbatical leave and she went there. When she went to that university, their idea of that particular subject was totally different. What she wanted to learn, because though from the papers and all, it appeared to be the same subject, she found, little disappointed. But the university was so careful enough. Oh, we understand. I think this is possibly you are trying to do. In fact, it is a very good area. If possible, we will try to create such a department. And maybe I think, you can also part of it. Maybe, if once you are good enough, you can continue with your university. They offered her so much of these things, and she stayed for 3 to 4 months to find out, whether such a possibility is there and all. Of course, she returned after a year and all, after she did it and all. She was just telling how the university, even the master, not only tests you, he also takes care whether the knowledge you are seeking, he is able to give you. Here also, Yama is equally sincere. Even though he is testing the waters, he's also equally sincere. That's why, he gives everything. Because how many places do you find all the great secrets are being given by the Guru to this one? Here itself, even when Carnatic music also, when people go to them, because Guru will teach them, some of the things, because some of the nuances he may not be giving it, because they have to develop themselves. So of course, that is the art, and one has to do it. But that is normally the intention, because people are not so open intentioned to give all the knowledge. Here, Yama is giving that knowledge. Having given that, he is now giving we have come to this mantra, we recited and we kept it at that. The fruits of what is this great sacrificial worship? What is the great sacrificial worship of this Nachiketa Agni? Because for Gi Agni, so far it is called. But after Nachiketas, the absorption of the entire knowledge, he has given a boon of a golden chain, as well as he said, the entire Agni will be named after you henceforth. Tatayeva. It is only Nachiketa Agni. It will be known like that. Because no one else has grasped it so well. In fact, no one else has been taught by Yama. No one has gone to him with the same. See, when he has left the body, let us understand one thing. The 7-year-old with so much of interest, he has left the body, the soul, he has gone there. He is just intending to get this particular knowledge. What is the secret behind that? Because this is not available in the earth. Earth, all other indulgence will be available, not this knowledge. That is exactly the thing, because this constantly we'll have to remember that. Because we will be having a next question related to whether the soul or the body and all, because the eschatology that will come. That is the greatest and question. And it is all the more important question. In no other religion has gone beyond the passing away of the body as to what it happens. However, what happens to the soul, though they have discussed and though they have given some sort of ideas as to what possibly might be happening, which is called eschatology. In Sanatana Dharma, it is a great area where, because the greatest thoughts have gone about and fully explored by all the great masters. That is why Sanatana Dharma is like an encyclopedia. Every idea, every religion might have thought sometime or other has been dealt with to the hilt by the masters. That is why the Sanatana Dharma not only will be living now and it will be living for even certain kalpas, yugas and all, because there everything is there. What is even the atheism has been discussed. What is atheism? We will also see how atheism is, because we see who doesn't believe in God. By believing in God, it doesn't become a superior. By not believing a God, you doesn't become something you are going to be hated with. Because finally you have got the life energy which has to make you to do that. Kayame idu payada verum kaatade itha payada, when you say, as Kannadasan has said, 9 துளைகளுக்குள் ஒரு துளி காற்றை வைத்து சந்தையில் விற்றுவிட்டான் ஒருவன். What he has not said, அவனை சந்திக்க நேர்ந்தால் அவன்தான் இறைவன். In the sense, he has sent you here for a purpose. And once you have got that purpose, then your higher purpose you will realize, and then you will be going to that. That is exactly what that Sanatana Dharma has taken every aspect, whatever is possible, explored to the hilt. That is why, this is still respected by all other masters of the other religions. They have taken an interest. That is how they have come to our place. Paul Deussen, Max Muller, all of them have come, because nowhere else. Even Henry David Thoreau, the greatest intellectuals of America, Ralph Waldo Emerson, all of them have taken a very great detailed interest into the Upanishad and Sanatana Dharma to understand, because this was not available elsewhere. And in fact, they have glorified. In fact, most of them thought, because next birth they should be able to be a part of this country, where in this part of the world, where they can get this knowledge. It is so high. But whereas sitting here, we are not able to get the same interest and the same reverence. Where the revelations of the cosmos has been brought by our great masters, we are not able to get that. This is exactly why this Upanishad brings it out. You get into that, you have got every capability, because you are not some ordinary person. You are a divine being. You can be taken to the very highest level. And why you want to give it up and all? Because this is exactly being highlighted by all the, and once it is, this is an opportunity for you. And if you miss this opportunity, if you see, you're going to be, I think, attempting it in the next birth, you can't be sure. The next birth, you may not be a human being. Durlabham Manushya Janmanam. You may not be getting it then. So therefore, you prepare in this birth, in this body, at this moment, you get into the full, go to the fullest and try to use this opportunity. Don't miss anything. This is what exactly Upanishad says every time. And this mantra is also telling the same thing. 1.1.17, this is where the fruits of the sacrificial fire worship. Last week we recited and left it at that because it has got a greatest philosophical meaning. Nachiketas, first note. It is page number 22. Nachiketa Triberyatya Sandhyam. Triberyatya Sandhyam. Trinachiketa, it said. This can, one is, who is performing Nachiketa fire 3 times in the sense, because 3 times it takes so much of effort and do it. Once you have so much of concentration, so much of discipline, you do that, automatically the knowledge gets inbuilt into you. Because in those days, in Rigveda, there is one mantra is there, Rigveda Bhashyam, Sri Madhvacharya has written. If one has understood the Rigveda, studied 12 times, and on his own he was able to get the inner meaning of the Veda, he is a Rishi. For a Rishi, he has given a definition like that. Why he has given like that? For the purpose of recap, in Veda, all the words, Veda and Upanishad, minimum 3 meanings are there. Kanishta Trayartaha, 3 meanings are there. You should understand the meaning based on the context. And not only that, you should not get into elongated secondary meaning. You should understand exactly what has been said. If you have read the Veda 12 times and you have gone through all the permutation combination, what is the meaning, you should take it. And once you have realized in yourself and got the entire meaning without someone has to tell you, that you become a rishi, because you are rightly getting into the vibration of the cosmos that comes into being. That is what you learn to do that. That is exactly what he has said. And Trinachiketaha 3 times. And it also has in a conventional meaning is one who studies it, one who possesses the knowledge, and who practices it. All the three has to be there. The knowledge is not that you have let, because I have studied chemistry in the college. Afterwards, I have not done anything at all because I don't have anything to do with the chemistry afterwards, because I did all other things and all. I can't call myself only, because I've got some sort of a tenual, because it is a small tenuous link with the chemistry, because it is one of my subjects. Chemistry, physics, mathematics was my subject in the science, and I took it, and that's all. Afterwards, whatever I am doing is not but the knowledge helps to understand if something, it will not be a mumbo jumbo. You will understand, yes, basically, you have got some basic understanding to do that. That's all. But it doesn't give a chemist who has done a PhD and who has gone further, and he has gone further, and maybe he is a Nobel laureate, and he has totally gone into that and all, because that is the level of knowledge he has got that. So this is exactly when you say it's not only he has studied it, he has possessed the knowledge, he has developed it. He might have created so many scholars, PhDs and all. Then finally he attempted, he practices them. That he is the one who really, this Nachiketa Agni is like that. It is not that you know it, and whenever you have time, you will perform it. It's not like that. Like I do this puja, Satyanarayana puja, this time. Next year I will see. It's not like that. You will be able to practice it, and even someone wants to do it, you will be able to get it done. And that is the level of the involvement. Continuously it has to be there. It should not be a non-linear disengaged. It is a linear, continuous, conscious experiment and experience. That is the practice. Continuously it should be there. You are doing, because you are reciting, you are learning Vedas, and you are doing Thruvaimudis or whatever it is there. You should constantly be working on that. Constancy is you are allotted the time, you have done it, you should do it. It's not because this year I will do it. I will give a sort of a break for a couple of years, then do it. It doesn't happen. This is a continuous one. And Tribi Santim, connection with the three could have these meanings also. One is your mother, father, and guru. Your mother is the first, taught you even the first syllable, how to pronounce.
Very happy
because she only has taken you. And so is next your father, he then guides you to get into the further. And then your guru, who is actually imparting you to entire knowledge. When you are telling, because Mata Pita Guru, and who is this Mata Pita Guru? So they are the ones, and the three means of knowledge is, this is one aspect of it. This is the meaning for Tribretya Sandhim, the first word. Trinachiketas Tribretya Sandhim, Trikarma Kritrati Janma Mrityu. So we will see that. Tribretya Sandhim, what is the Sandhim? One is, it could be mother, father, and guru, who have enabled you to do that. Three means of knowledge is direct perception. Perception is pramana. Swata pramana is called in very great. But you should understand, because see, suppose someone says the gold is black, you will not take. You will actually see the gold and see and find out whether it is black or it is a different color. Gold is a golden color. It is yellowish, a very light yellowish, and really gold. You will understand. Swata pramana. You understand that. Supposing you don't know how to, you have not drunk coffee in your lifetime. You have only drunk tea, because you can't expect coffee unless he takes coffee and finds the taste. You can't explain it. So it will be like this. It will be sweet. It will also give you, keep you active. All those things you can explain in words, but words will fail to completely convey the meaning. The man has to get the experience. Likewise, the Shravana, Manana, Nitidhyasana, once you do that, because our own thoughts, our own ideas, you just see what we had the ideas in teenagers and what we have now, you will find lot of difference. Because we have seen the world, we have understood it from very many ways. We've seen by our own experience. That is Svata Pramana. The next is inference. Inference is, because like when it says, when there is a smoke, there is a fire. And sometimes there could be a fire, or there could be, other than the fire causing material may also be there. Some chemicals may also be emanate this one. So just to by anumana, what is that? That is by, because of experience. Direct perception, inference, and finally is the scriptures. Scriptures are nothing but the Vedas, like, whatever Bhashyas written by our great Acharyas, Upanishads, all, because all great, we have got the lot of Alvar Tirpadingams are there, and, because even the Tirumurais are there. All those things are the scriptures. That is why there is one magnum opus written by Srimad Madhvacharya called Vishnu Tattva Vinirnaya. He says, Sadagamaika Vigyayam Samatirtha Ksharakshara. See how you know the entire, because how jnana comes. Jnana comes Sadagamaika Agam. Agamaika Gamaika Vigyayam. It's a jnana gamyam. When you know the gamyam, knowledge will have to come and hold on to you. And the gamyam you will come Sadagamaika Vigyayam, to understand. How you will understand? By own Svata Pramana. Gyayam. When you get that, that is Sadagamaika Vigyayam Samatirtha Ksharakshara. Samatirtha Ksharakshara in the sense, when you try to understand from various sources, not only the Anumana and the scriptures like Ramayana, Mahabharata, all those things, and including, because Vedas, Upanishad, all the three Vedas. Triberatya Sandhim also means three Vedas, because even though the four Vedas are there, Rug, Yaju, Sama is considered to be the three main Vedas. Sama is nothing but most of the Rig Vedas being given with the intonation of recital, that is Sama Veda. Atharvana Veda has taken from all the Vedas and brought it into a sort of collection of Vedas towards the practical world. That is why Atharva is part of the Sama Veda, Rig Veda and Yajur Veda only. When they say Tribreta Sandhim, that's also being said it is three Vedas. All the three Vedas, when you try to understand the portents of all the three Vedas, because in all the three Vedas are coming into our Sandhya Mantra itself. If you see, when you see Pratha, Madhyani and Sayam Sandhya Vandana, all those small bits have been brought in, that itself. And when you are reciting the Gayatri, the Gayatri is encompassing, it is the source of Vedas. That is, suppose first Om, and from Om Gayatri has come, from Gayatri Purushasuktam has come, and from Gayatri only the Purushasuktam only the Vedas have come. That is how, because our Sanatana Dharma sees the lineage of the scriptures have come into being. When you are reciting the Gayatri, you are reciting the source. The 24 letters, when you are reciting, that gives you the full unfathomable energy into you and to the cosmos and to the entire whole world. That is what called, this perception, the Tribreta, three Vedas, and when finally when you're getting it, three karma kritirati janma mrityu. What is the three karma? See, three karmas, it is always being given. This is a very important one. See, the three karma, it is highlighted in all our Sanatana Dharma. It is yajna which you do, because 360 bricks and all, whatever we say. For every yajna, there is a particular procedure. You should do sacrifice. When you are doing Sandhya also, Sandhya is also yajna. Yes, Pratyaya, it is Tapo yajna. When you call it, Sandhya is also yajna, because that is only possible in our case. So we should try to do that. Yajna, Dhana and Tapas. Tapas is austerity, and the austerity is trying to be Vidya Vinaya Sampannaha, humility and austerity, in the sense, you try to keep the self-discipline. Brahmacharya. See, when Brahmacharya, in the sense, immediately one thought will come, because I want to clarify, because a lot of discussions have taken place by so many Bhashyas and all. Brahmacharya is, because all of them who have become sannyasis, not alone, the one, who is supposed to be followers of Brahmacharya, because even the Vivaha, it is also Vivaha Yajna, it is called. Vivaha Yajna, why it is called Vivaha Yajna? To bring you regulate, self-control, so that you can just channelize and don't go astray. That is why it's called Vivaha Yajna. It's not that because there is a wrong understanding. It's not applicable to people like us. It's not someone it is applicable only to someone who have gone to Himalayas and had taken dikshas. It is not like that. It is applicable to equally to us. It is the Vivaha Yajna is the part of the Yajna. Even if a sannyasi is there, he may not be having any contact or relations with the women, but he has to have performed for the entire public at large, who are all his followers, and he has to have them regulated life. It is called Vivaha Yajna, and in fact there is a Vivaha Suktam is there. I do not know how many of us know about it, and in fact one of our meditation I will bring that Vivaha Suktam also. When we bring the because why this Vivaha Suktam, it was supposed to have been related by one Soma Savitri. The Soma Savitri gets married to Surya as per that Vivaha Suktam. You will get the details of it. It is also a yajna. When you have gone into a sort of a marital relationship, wedding, in the Vivaha Yajna, once you perform, that is also a yajna. And afterwards, when you have the austerity, with husband and wife, you are supposed to have a lot of austerities to be performed. You should go, to the, you have to go to this tirtha, take bath, as well as you have to follow these vratas. Both of you should do. Because after Vivahika, you will, both of us will have to do every yajna. Your husband and wife, both of you have to sit. Then only you will have to do. It is also a tapas. It is not a tapas in the sense to be going into the forest and all, because too much of a sort of the tangential view has been discussed and debated. In order to set right, because we will have to see the practical way, and this is what the Upanishad has also attempted at. And after it, Upanishad doesn't want the entire world to be celibate and to going to the Himalayas and doing it, because it's the people will have to work. The country has to survive. Janani Janmabhoomi has to be taken care of. Who will do it? Because the Sanatana Dharma, that's why it is an encyclopedia. It takes every walk of life. So once it takes that, in Veda is so important, because why? Because we'll also discuss in the next mantra how the importance of the Veda and how different cult has taken Vedas. How because Vedic believers and non-Vedic believers, how will have to be looked into and all. This Kathopanishad gives a Kathopanishad. In fact, we should call it Kathopanishad. The Rishi is Kataka, but Kathopanishad by practice we call it. So once he has got that, because Nachiketa, Brahmajagyam, he says, Brahmaja, one word has come. This is exactly Janma Mrityu, because Trikarma Kritirati, because when you say Yajna and charity, Dana and Tapas, this is the three karma which everyone has to do, including sannyasis will have to do. They will have to do whatever yajna ordained to them, whatever charity ordained to them. In the sense, because when he does a puja and all, they will have to see everyone is fed. Or everyone, because not only the Brahmanas, even public at large has to be fed. So because earlier, it's not that, only who are wearing this, this cross belt, only they have to be fed. Anyone who comes and who has got faith in that, he has to be fed. This is what Shastra says. By practice, over a period of time, certain modifications might have taken place, because of some personal whims and fancies, but it is not. Shastra never tells that. They also have that. Charity they have to do. They have to do the tapas. Anyway, they are doing it. Yajna they will have to do. They will have to do is yajna is whenever they are doing it, they will have to get lot of yajnas done. Collective yajnas for the welfare of the humanity. Vivaha yajnas. They can get the vivaha performed for their followers. Because this is called yajna. Vivaha is also yajna. So no one is left. There is no Trishna Vichetavat. You cannot procrastinate. Whether you are a samsarika or whether you are a sannyasi, you have got to perform all these yajnas. So this is exactly has been highlighted in this. Then first next word that is used is Brahmagya. Brahmaja is the one which is word perhaps used once or twice. and perhaps only once. That's what a lot of acharyas are telling, used in this Kathopanishad only. The Brahmaja is the one, the power which one is able to understand by reciting and understanding the Vedas. He is the Brahmaja. Brahmaja is the word that is so sort of a austere word. It's, I think it will have a great explanation to be Brahmajnanam. Veda reveal the all knower, and whom Veda reveals, that we will have to see. Veda reveals, because when you do Veda and Yajna and all, what you do, you only see the Agni. The first Suttam in Rig Veda is also Agni. The Agni Kundam is there. Whenever any Vedic performance is there, you will expect a ritual to be being performed. The Agni will be there. Everyone will be offering Ahuti. The Ahuti, because when the Ahuti gets into it, it is supposed to be reaching the entire, the Brahman, it is supposed to be reaching. Why you are giving Ahuti? Ahuti you are giving as a gratitude. When you are giving as a gratitude, it's not that you are putting all the dhanyas, all the valuables into the yajna. It's not something you are giving it as a sort of a gift to the god and all. You are expressing your gratitude for giving in this entire earth, entire produce. The cotton comes from earth only, and all other thing, every mineral comes from the earth only. You are living because of the earth. If Mother Earth doesn't give you, you can't live. Even if the chair you are sitting is made of earth, the house you are residing is the earth has given you. Even the life, everything is given to you. Now it has been represented by Agni, because the Agni is the force which gives the energy in the mantle, what they call the center of the earth. The energy is given by the Agni here. The same energy gives the power to the sun. And the same energy gives to the Akasha, for the entire, to manage the entire climate, and as well as give you the Ayatanam, what we call Ayatanam Bhavati, when we say. He gives you the atmosphere and give you all sorts of oxygen and nitrogen, everything to come out of that. If it is not, if it is an inert atmosphere, we could not have lived in. It is all given by it. Therefore, this Agni is the one which is taking, and you are expressing the gratitude. Once you are grateful enough, then only you become a receiver to get whatever you are supposed to be getting. If you are ungrateful, you do not have any yogyata to receive. You cannot have the receivership at all. That is why Kritanyata is very important in Sanatana Dharma. You have to be grateful to everything. That is why, how we have to give up raga, dvesha and all. Once you take a determination that you will not be taking 100 mistakes done by someone, but even if 100 troubles he has given you, but you will be grateful for even one or two small help he has made. If you take it as a matter of policy, you will find the whole world to be pleasant. You will not have any raga, dvesha and all. He might have created a lot of trouble, but at least on one occasion he might have given you a small sort of a help. If you can take cognizance of that and forget all other things, that is the highest tapas or yajna you can do that. This is what Upanishad indirectly brings it. From Veda, what you understand, you understand. The Agni takes it. Ahuti, when it gives, Jataveta, he knows everything. He takes it. And what Agni? Agni's wife is Swaha. When you say Swaha, he takes it and sends it to the Almighty, to whom it has to go. Whether you call Indra, Varuna, Vayu and all, finally it all goes to the primordial power. Whether you call Vishnu, Vivishti iti Vishnu, because that's what the Veda says. Finally, he is the one. Vivishti is encompassing. Ishavashyam idagum sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. He is there everywhere. So finally it goes to him. So by knowing what you are be knowing, Brahmaja from Veda and all, it is Vishnu. Vishnu or Hari, whatever you call it and all. Or if you want to call in Advaita stream, it is the ultimate consciousness. They give final the power, that is recognized in Advaita philosophy is the consciousness. The consciousness is the ultimate consciousness. Even the gods need that consciousness to exercise their power. He lights up. So that consciousness is called the Brahman, Nirguna Brahman, that they call it. So for us, the Sakuna Brahman, Vivishti iti Vishnu Hari, when he says, By doing all this, Brahmaja is finally pointing to Hari. This is what this mantra says. Devam ityam. Devam in the sense who does. Devam is here. The Deva is a singular. It is the who has got the power to create, who has got the power to protect, and who has the power to dissipate and destroy. And finally, the dissolution that takes place, who has got the power, that is the final power, Brahman. You call it Hari or whatever it is, consciousness, he is the one. He is the Deva. Etyam. Devametiam. Devametiam in the sense, because he is the one, who is giving you the wishes. You have got Ishta Devata. You are giving Etyam in the sense, you are building, because whatever you are desiring is Nishkama, not Sakama Karma. It is like, how will you build a house? You build a house with bricks. From Etyam, one word has come, which is very popular in Kannada, Ittige. Ittige is a brick. From Etyam, Ittige. When you are getting such a high source of the energy and a high source of the thought, where everything is for the common good, the entire the cosmic world is being built by the bricks of your yajna. Etya, because that it is the source word. Here they call it Etyam. So that Etyam, Devam Etyam, Viditva. When you are taking it in such a order, when you are evam Viditva, when one understands, this is the finally one which you are getting, because ETM is also Ishta Devata, because you may be doing yajna sometimes for particular deity to ward off certain things, to for the pandemic, you may be doing, for when there is no rain, you will be doing all those things when you are doing. So when you are doing Nichemi, because when you do everything, finally what it gives is, it gives you consolidated that entire energy, which is like a brick, a building block on that entire cosmic band we built. So you are becoming a part of it. You are becoming a part of it, the entire Prakriti. By doing that, you are not, into this teeny weeny little, I should have a house, I should have a car, and I should have all those things goes off. You are into the highest realm of thinking. We will also see how the great scriptures, even that Thiruvaimulis have also said, the Padinaru Tirumurais have also said, and even the Gita has also said, so many other scriptures, which is they had. All those things, Nichaya Imam, once you think, this is the realize, you realize the fruits, the Brahmaja, that itself is, why Brahmaja? Brahmaja Gyam, you say. Brahmaja is, once you know from Veda, Gyam is the one who is omniscient, who is omnipotent, who is omnipresent. You are able to know by doing this Agni. That is why this knowledge is not simply like that. It is a process. It is a process. It is a continuous process. You have got a self-control. Here everyone has to perform. There is no option for not performing. Whether he is a sannyasi or samsarin, he has to do that. This is what it says. Nichayam imam, one realize the fruits. Shantim atyantam eti, that he attains everlasting peace. Everlasting peace in the sense it is a endless world. That Brahman's world is endless world. There is no sort of limitations. No avyavyam, because you cannot be limiting by sort of the framework and all. It is beyond that. Why to get that? What is the purpose of getting that? I think that is, you have gone into a different dimension. You are leaving all these things. This is rarest of rares to have that experience. That you can have it with the present day, because what we call tapas, what we call yajna, tapas, and dana. In our everyday life, how we are going to take it, that's what we will take it. I will not, because the 1.1.17 will not be ending with that, because it has got a few more scriptures to be quoted. We will try to go full throttle into this entire every mantra of it, because the first valli, the 29 mantras, once we have it, the second valli onwards, it's also going to be the greatest philosophical thoughts. All our acharyas have said, and so many people have tried to explain, so that at least something is getting into our mind. We will be able to do that. So today I will try to conclude, because with this, because this mantras needs some more elaboration, some more practical experiences, so that we are able to appreciate much better. So that with this, we will go for a small meditation. Sahana bhavatu, Sahanau punaktu, Sahaviryam karavavahaihi, Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vishvidavahaihi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. In a minute, I will take the Om mantra for our meditation. And this week, we are going. Last week we have taken Sri Shuktam.